Hey everybody, this is Catherine Hildebrandt. I'm going to share with you today my first aid kits. I have two different first aid kits. My first one stays in my car, and the second one is a slightly larger one that I take with me a lot when I go hiking, when I go on road trips, when I go to work, because sometimes I'm working in events that don't have the proper first aid kit. There's a lot of reasons why I take this one with me more often than not. So let me share what's inside with you. This is a first aid kit that I got a while back on Amazon, and I just replenish it as needed once I am in need of something else. So in here it actually has a cool little pamphlet about some of the first aid treatments you can use in case of an emergency, you don't know what you're doing, and some guides. I have in here an ice pack. I actually have two ice packs because I am known for hurting myself more than once. In here, I have multiple types of Band-Aids. I have a 3¼ inch Band-Aids. I have butterfly closures. I have a smaller Band-Aids. You can see there's lots of Band-Aids in there. I also have some Q-tips, which are great for just cleaning out wounds sometimes. I have a pair of gloves that are non-latex. These are great for spreading ointment. Over here I have some triple antibiotic ointment, which I just recently actually put in here because I ran out. I only had one of the original packs left, which was this guy here. So this was the original pack that came with this one, and I have since used all of them and had to refill. So this is my refill that I just got. In here I've also got some gauze. As you see, I've got a smaller gauze pads, and I've got larger gauze pads, and then I've got the gauze roll, which is great, antiseptic wipes, alcohol wipes, and then I also have aspirin. All right. The aspirin is wonderful and not expired. Now I'm going to move on to my larger kit. This is the big kit, as I call it. In here, we're going to find a lot of amazing things. On the outside, just so you know, this is a flint so that I can start a fire if needed. Even in the rain, these work, which is great. And then this, of course, is a knife, because we all kind of need to have some sort of knife with us. All right, let's get started. In this little orange bag is actually my flares. I don't like to use traditional flares that you see, you know, on freeways and things, because we live in Southern California, and at any time a fire can start because we have a lot of drought. You know, a lot of drought here, a lot of plants that are dry, and it just takes a spark. So I use an LED emergency light. Woo! It has different settings, 9 different settings to be exact. Each of them has a different strobe to let them know whatever you want, whatever you feel is the best way to let them know that there's an emergency happening and that you need help. And then the final one is like a flashlight. Okay, so for these, it takes a AAA battery. It also has a little hook so you can hang it up if you want. They take AAA batteries, and then you need screwdrivers. So I do have a screwdriver that is in the larger kit here, and I always have extra AAA batteries that go with me so that I can change them if I need to. Let's move on to the kit. All right, so this is the kit. This kit, when you purchase it, comes with some items, and then you kind of fill in items as you go. The only reason why it's got a lot of stuff in it, as you can see, is because there's some stuff that I use that not everybody uses, or things that we needed that, you know, I was like, oh, hey, this kit doesn't have it. Let me just add it. So it has 2 ice packs. Once again, because I'm accident prone, ice packs are great. I actually have an abundance of these ice packs laying around. It has different pouches. Each different pouch contains an item that is helpful for first aid. And that way I know where to access it. The things that are most common are mostly in the middle here, because these are things that I use a lot. So you'll have the gloves. I have 2 different sets of gloves in here for emergencies. And then in each of these bags, you're going to find all the other items that you're going to need. So in here, this is your lovely little triangular bandages. I only have one right now because I think I used one up when I had a really nasty fall and busted my arm. There's in here some of that triple antibiotic ointment again. And then we've got, actually, if you can see it without me taking it out the bag, there is this lovely product called Insect Sting Relief Pad. There's also in here a stinger remover. It looks like a little sharp barb type thing that you use to remove the stingers. This is great because when you are out and about and you get bit or stung, you don't always have time to think about how to take care of it. In here, you have your sterile gauze pads and swabs, and you also have a larger bandage, as you can see. And here we have band-aids of all shapes and sizes. Little band-aids, big band-aids. You see them, they're all in here. Lots and lots of band-aids. This is a Ziploc bag with paper and some, there's a Sharpie, there's a pen, and then there's a Sharpie pen. All of this is in the Ziploc bag because if it rains, if you're in an accident, it's raining, it's wet, whatever, or you slip and fall in a lake, who knows, anything can happen. You've got now everything protected in this Ziploc bag. In here, we've got some alcohol cleansing pads. Ooh, excuse me. There we go. Alcohol cleansing pads. Okay. And then we also have 2 rolls of gauze in here. Make sure there's nothing else in there. No, that's it. 2 rolls of gauze. Okay. Moving over to this side. You'll see I have multiple sizes of Ziploc bags shoved in here. These are glow sticks. These glow sticks last up to 12 hours, which is great because if you're in an emergency situation, you don't always have time to think about if you have a flashlight that's working, because sometimes flashlights just don't like to work. You now have a glow stick. You've got scissors. They're kind of dull, which is okay because we have a knife on the outside pocket. On here is a Ace bandage roll. If you can see, I have Velcro. Everything has Velcro and zippers in this thing. Okay, Ace bandage roll. All right, now I'm going to pause for a second while I take out all the other goodies. Okay, so in this side of the pouch, I have a packet with some cotton swabs in it. These are great for, blood or God knows things happen. This is some more gauze. This is gauze dressing. In here we have an emergency poncho, which is great for the rain, snow, all sorts of things. This one is an emergency thermal blanket. In here I've got a whole bunch of Q-tips and some more cotton balls. Okay, we're going to move on over to the other side of my bag. In this zipper, we have a whole bunch of little goodies. We've got tape. We've got, here is my screwdriver that I mentioned, right? I have a screwdriver. I have tweezers. This is your CPR shield. This is what you would use to give someone CPR in an emergency situation. It'll protect you from, you don't want to be using your mouth-to-mouth CPR. We don't do that anymore. Not safe, right? We got some, what are these called? Safety pins. I had a moment, guys. In here, here's my flashlight. Doo-doo-doo. There's my extra battery for my flashlight. This is a multi-tool. You don't really need to see that, but it's a multi-tool. And then, of course, we have aspirin. All right, there's our aspirin, not expired. That's always good. Okay, so now that I've made a mess on my bed out of all of my first aid kits, I hope you have enjoyed this moment with me. And this was Catherine Hildebrandt once again, and have a great day.